Okay, it looks like we are live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on KanoScript. Alright, so I build it. I can take a look at what we worked on last stream. So here's where we're at so far. The last stream we implemented, I implemented hexadecimal literals, right? As well as binary literals, right? So it's like, you can do binary or hex in the same way. Um, right, and that just makes it more convenient for working with colors. Because in RayLib, you can represent colors using an integer like this, and yeah, it's nice, better than declaring a struct and things like that. Well, not necessarily better, but it's a bit nicer looking. Yeah, so we have that. Yeah, so we have this rated game. Run that. So yeah, you can jump around, things like that. So I'm going to, right. The plan is to make a full game, and there's just a few more things that I need to do before we get to that point, right? I mean, we could probably do it now. Most of the stuff is there, There's just a few things, just a few more things. Uh, yeah, so I don't really. It'll probably just be some sort of side scroller game, similar to something like Mario or whatever, something like that. I'm not sure exactly. But I guess today, so taking a look at the issues, there's two in particular. So this is a bug fix that needs to be done. So these two are feature things. I'll probably work on this one. So this should be fairly easy. Passing struct pointers to C functions. So if we take a look now, let's see. We have, I guess I don't really use it anymore, but we have a struct here. I'll make a new file for this. Get rid of this. So I'll make like a that's not so, right? And it'll look like this. And so we'll just have a test function, and it'll take a struct, right? So this is test, right? And we'll just say we'll call the struct foo, right? And then we'll have another one. This into return value, let's do void, and then we'll have test pointer, and that will take a pointer foo, which we cannot do yet. So that's sort of what the issue is about, right? And it will return nothing as well. So we'll make this struct. So struct foo, and just have, I guess, an integer in there. So val u32. Sure. And then I guess we'll call test. Right. So if we pass foo there, right. So we don't actually have to change anything in terms of the syntax. Well, okay. I'll elaborate more on that in a minute. But yeah, we can pass like that. We have to declare a struct like that. So foo equals 12, right? Just say 12. That should be fine. And so this will probably compile, but it won't run because the file doesn't actually exist. Well, it won't compile because yeah, it doesn't exist. So there's an issue with that. And yeah, we don't call these like this. I forgot. It's just like this actually. And there is a null byte on line 8. Yeah, okay. 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 Yeah, so it fails here, right? So I'll remove this test.so.c, and I'm going to make this test.c file, right? And then we'll compile it into a shared object file. So we'll include standard IO, and we'll do int void text, and we need to declare this as well. Right, and this, yeah, we'll just have an unsigned, so I'll include that as well. So we'll have a uint32t, and that will just be value, right? So this will take a foo, and it will just print at f.val, right? And then we'll have another one with a pointer. Right, so this is just sort of for testing. I haven't actually tested it yet. If you just use pointers, so I'm gonna see how that will work. It won't work with like type checking and things like that. So that's sort of where the adventure would come in. But anyway, so this will be pointer. Now is that, and the pointer and f arrow now. Alright, so that should compile. That shared s.c, s.so. And there's some null bytes as well as oh yeah, so we have to call this test pointer. And a few null bytes there. One room. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like we compiled it. So we should be able to run test.kano now. And there we go. Okay, so it did actually do that properly. And it called all the same, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I guess that does work. Alright, and basically, yeah, so if we have a function that takes a pointer, we don't have to change anything on the syntax here. Because really it's just a pointer. When we have this, so when we pass it by value instead of by reference, we have to actually cast it in the C code. But yeah, so it doesn't look any different when you're calling it, but up here, right, so for type checking purposes, I like something like that, probably. So we have that, and then if it's followed by an ampersand, right, the and symbol, then it would be a pointer. So I guess I could use something like that, but I'm not sure. You know, like, it doesn't matter that much. And we do already have this token, but I feel like I kind of like that better. And I might even change it, right? It's not that big of a deal, one character difference. But I think I'm gonna go with this. So we have that, and then that's how you know, like, basically just telling the compiler what it is, essentially is all that is, because it doesn't look any different when you're calling it. It'll still look like this. So that won't work it out. It'll be like unexpected token or whatever. Yeah, unexpected token ampersand. Yeah, so I guess we'll implement that. So let's go to the front end C, and we need to add. So actually, that's gonna be. Alright, it's gonna be in here, I think. Token. Yeah, token type. So we need. I'll put it by the token type. We're saying. I'll just call it and probably. I think that'll work out. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, so we have that, and then we need to. Oops, we need to put it here. So I put it after. It's kind of needs to be separated somewhere. Okay, and here as well. Just so it's more readable, right? So string is there. So it was right after that. So let's put it here in a percent. There we go. And yeah, so that should be it for the lesson stage. So now we just have to do and we parse the external function declaration, right? This is where we parse the whole thing. It's somewhere in here, right? So we parse. Yeah, so is structured. So I suppose this could also be the case with, right, so I'm not going to worry about it for anything that's not a structure for now, because we can choose the pointer, and, that's not a big deal. Well, right, that's interesting. I guess we don't really have a way to do that necessarily. We only have values. Yeah, okay, so that's on the to-do list, right? For pointers that are not structures, but for this one, we just basically need to check the next token. If tokens 0 type equals token type and, right? Then once that arg dot that is pointer equals true, right? So that's basically it there. And we also need to token consume. That would just get rid of the ampersand. Yeah, and that should be pretty much it. So we do have to add this to the arg thing, right? So x arg is what it's called. Arg. Yeah, so we just need tool is pointer, and this will be useful as well once we get to other types of pointers, right? But that should be pretty much it for that. So then we have to go to the generation. Well, let me make sure that works first, and then we can go to the generation. Okay, so any compilation issues? All right, there does not seem to be. So now in the generation, we just need to basically change how it works. So that's in the back. Gen external, right? So right here, we basically iterate over them, and then the arguments when we get to those. Right here we loop over them. So if it is struct, then we do this. But if it's a pointer, then we don't actually have to do any of this, right? So I think there might be another place where we do this, right? I should add some comments here because it's a bit like a lot of stuff going on. Right. So if it is struct, yeah. So I'll just add this here. So if func dot arg dot data I dot is pointer, then we just need to actually do it the other way. Now I'm thinking about it, right? So we just do it. Well, okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. So if we do dot and func dot arg dot data I dot pointer, if that is false, right? Yeah, then we just basically do it regular. We don't have to cast it or anything like that. We can just pass it as a pointer, and it would be implicitly casted. Right? So if I compile that, I think that's pretty much it. Assuming there is no other place where we have a struct. I don't think there is. Let's go here and let's try to run that. I expect building ampersand. That is interesting. So why is that unexpected? Did I do that in the wrong place? I shouldn't have. Let's go back here. So first, okay, if that. So all right, we have a structure. This is the function declaration. So that should be the case. Can I print F? Well, no, because you don't even get here. So I think I forgot to change something to do with Alexa that I forgot. But I guess I had to do this. I thought that was automatically done, but I suppose right. I think I could right using that array, but I guess I just use that for printing things out. So that's why I need to do that. And now yeah, I forgot to actually change this to ampersand. Still an unexpected. What? Right. Why? Oh shoot, this isn't an operator. Is that just another? But all right, so it'll go in here actually. Hello, Stan. How you doing? Kev. Interesting. And okay. And okay, so it looks like that worked. Doing hot. Interesting. Interesting way to phrase it. We had a food 2, right? Food 2. And we're trying to use that. So if I just do that, it still works. Okay, so it doesn't actually differentiate them. I forgot. I don't think I implemented that in the parsing. Or in the type check. So I don't guess we'll go to the to do. It's not super important, right? It just makes it harder to write bugs, right? Type checking doesn't count for struct types. Basically. Who came up with summer? For real, for real. This is going uninvented. Hang on. Summer was invented in the year 900. So yeah, before that there was no summer. It was just winter all the time. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this won't work right because that doesn't exist. I should get rid of some of those new lines. That's kind of annoying. I put extra new lines and then that makes it. Yeah. W. I had this VG4. I don't want that. Okay, so that works pretty well. And I can also modify this, right? So if I want this to be pointer shared. That's not so. And yeah, it does change. So that's cool. Base reveal when? I can do that anytime actually. I'm all set up. Have the webcam and everything. Just need to actually turn it on, maybe next stream I could do that. It's not anything particularly impressive, just a face. Ask you every time before you go crazy? What do you mean? Am I gonna go crazy? Okay, so that works. That's pretty much what I need to do for that, so I can close that issue. Yes, okay. Number 12, yeah, so close number 12. Alright, so function and push. The rock? Hold up. Hold up. Close the issue. Very good. Yeah, so I guess I can look into and an or. Right, so that needs to be implemented in the on the level of the virtual machine first. Push-ups, 10 push-ups. All right. Done. Done, done. Only did it after the commit, not to check. Very nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Very considerate. Right. So is that yeah, okay, so I need to implement that for comparison. That is again in the virtual machine first. It's pretty easy. Pretty much the same as the comparison operators, right? So not exactly, right? It's really more like these. So we can do inst and then we also have the bitwise ones, but I'm not going to implement those now. Not int. So we grab that, right? So yeah, it does need two of them. We don't need to worry about that. And I think we can do this pretty much. Really, I should do it like this one, where we take into account different types. That's probably a good idea. Right, because we could have that, right, just to... Really, it's just with Boolean values, though. So, what happens if you do that with a float value? I guess if it's anything that's not 0. Does it? Yeah, well, just do it with this, because that's really what it's gonna... I'm not sure. Okay, it's fine. Let's do that. So, yeah, ampersand and double ampersand. Okay, so we do need to implement the OR parsing, or lexing, rather. Tokenization, right? Let me make sure that complies. Okay, that's it. So, I should be doing this over here. Let's go here, and I'll do the ampersand one first, right? So if we have double, so parse the rock, go the rock. Oh shit, I forgot I added that. Hang on. That's the best emoji for sure. Yes, sir. Okay. This is what I'm talking about when I say the rock, by the way. Want to be clear. To avoid confusion for people who may watch on YouTube. Okay, so we have the operator. Is operator. So that's it is an operator, so we do want that. Let me take a look. So we need a double ampersand. So it's gonna be sort of like this one. And that equals this. Whoops. Hi, YouTube population. Yes. People on YouTube. Okay, and this is the same thing, right? So same as these. I guess maybe we should go after them, probably. After these ones. And then this is token type and operator. Ooh, okay, so that's interesting, right? Because token type and as the operator, but then I have the let's change the other one to ampersand, right? So this needs to be and. So let's go here, and this will be ampersand. ampersand. Right. So it checks that, and then if it's false, it should continue here, right? I think. Hopefully. Because I don't want to break that, right? Ampersand. So I didn't change the name here. Ampersand. I think that's how you spell it. Might be wrong, but and then the and go here. Makes sense. So I do need to update here now as well. Replace any of the update. So where we have this, that needs to be that, and then this can be any. There we go. So the single and double, right? How you doing, YouTube people? Say in the comments. Yes, yes. Tell Stam in the comments how you were doing. If you had to make a movie about yourself, who would you call it and who'd play you? Hang on, hang on. Hang on. Ryan Gosling, he's literally me, so obviously, no brain. Don't know what I'd call it though. Okay, okay. Let me think. So I think that's it. So now we just have to update the parsing. So parse, parse primary. Zero we need to check. So island. So how do we parse? I don't remember exactly. No, okay, it's not in here. It is in the actual parse expression. Right, we check if it is an operator, right? Create operator. Let's go to that. Create operator. We have a few places for operators. It's kind of inconvenient. And I did add it here, so I think that should work for the parsing stage. Ernest. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I've never heard of this person. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, I have heard of this person. Yes. Yeah. I think that makes sense. That makes sense too. Definitely up there. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So I think that's it. So now we just need to go to the generation. So that would be gen expression basically. Yeah. So we need to create instruction. Use that. Got point of view the rock? Yes, for sure. Okay. Create an instruction. What is that? Okay, so we need to add to the. We use that. Yes, that's what we use for that. So we use it for everything. Right. Okay, and we need types inst, which is defined with so inst add. So we need the next one. So we need to add one of these instructions. Wait, what? So I don't quite remember how this works. How do you call it? I don't know. Not sure. I don't know. I'm not good at naming things. Inst and. So we'll add that. We do need. Oh, okay. I see here. So here we need and, right? So that's the instruction name, which I don't think we use that actually. Yeah, so that's actually not needed. So that was for when we were generating the assembly, but we don't do that anymore. Yeah, but I don't quite get how that. I guess it gets set in here, doesn't it? We do need to add the type, so type. Where is it actually? Is it in the back end? Go back here. So that is inst set. That must be set. No. I might be. It's set. Too tough to fall. And you play yourself. Giga chat. Yes, for sure. Giga chat. Inst set. Where is that defined? And that includes this. Oh, it's in here. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. So I don't need anything there. I already have that. Okay, I'm just stupid. Used to be a semi-pro actor. For real. Have you been in movies? I have this. I need to change that. Come on. Yes, really. Ads. Okay, okay. Nice, nice. So you're pretty famous. Let's see. So yeah. So I need to. So all right. So let's see if that will compile. Okay, good imagination. No, you're not famous. I don't know. Don't be too humble. Let's get rid of this. With all this, right? I just want to try. Take with 1 and 0. Okay. So I forgot something. Fronting.c 1311. Kind of a big file. Yeah, okay. I forgot to handle that in here, it seems. Token type and. So I can add it here, but. And. So I think I forgot to handle it. Is that what it is? Yes, we have that. Sure. So now it's going to say unexpected token, right? Yeah. No, it still says that. Wait, what the heck? Wait. Okay. So it does not parse it quick. Okay. 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 So yeah, I need to do something else for, well, not for that, but so this needs to go after basically. That's the wrong. Hang on, hang on. Yeah, this one needs to go after because in here, well, what do we check if it is operator? Yeah, so let's see. Else this right? Else if u dot beta equals ampersand, then do this, get rid of that. And then this, get rid of the break, and I need to go up here and move the ampersand one now. And okay, now it should not parse mistake. You should make polls after big changes on whether the code compiles. It usually doesn't compile. I could do that. I could start doing that. All right, now we get a better perspective, but it's still not good. Okay. So is operator. We do have this there. Create operator token. Yeah. So that's not where we are. We have create operator. So this is this wrong? Ooh, we don't have the precedence. That is not correct. So we need to add that here. So what is it? I think it's I think it's greater than this, but we don't have that. So it usually doesn't. That's what I was saying. Usually does not combine. I'm gonna put it here, but I think it needs to go prep 3, right? That's the issue. One. So that should not be 1. 2. Okay. So and that does not work. Oh, did I add it here? I type and. Yeah, I don't think I have OP and. Yeah. So that's kind of important, right? Yeah, okay, so OP and. There we go, that should be okay. 3 points, for real, for real. Now, 1, so that's right. And then 0. Okay, so that seems to work. Yeah, so it basically just compares the values of the expressions like how you would expect. So, and if I do it again, right, so 1, 0, 1. So yeah, that should still be 0. Yes, okay. That's pretty cool, pretty cool. And if this is anything other than 0, then it should work. Right? Yeah, okay. The rock. Alright, yeah, so now we can do OP or, right? Or. Token type. So we need at the end of the or. Let's go here. So this is the same things we would do. So and or. Token type or. Token type and is here. So we need the same thing. Yeah, same way. So we also need the daylight ones, of course, like I said before. But so and just like do data ors. Yeah, okay, so we don't have the other ors, so we're fine with that. Alright, I did the wrong thing. And let's see. So and yeah, so we have number 1 here. La Familia Simpson versus La Familia de Dirac. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, my accent is probably very offensive like that. I like that. Okay, so that should be it for the parsing then. Is it? Come back in. Where is that? I think I need to do this one as well. Or, and yeah, down here as well. Or, we added that. So then we can go to the back end. And types is here. Yeah, so I'll just add all of them, right? Or, as well as, and after that, I need to add it to the virtual machine as well. That is quite important to do. So let's go to .h, right? What are you making? It is a scripting language. I can show it off in a moment. Yeah, thank you, Stan. Yeah, I can show it in a second. It's a scripting language that I'm writing in C. I did add it. Oh yeah, I didn't even. Okay, so if I compile it now. Oh. So that should be true. It's false. So that is not right. What the heck? Wait, what? Did I do? Did I do it? Well, yeah. I'll show what it looks like in a second. Or that should be right. Hmm. Oh, and thank you for following, by the way. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I'm not sure why. If I print that here, right? Print out. Print it out. What am I gonna print out? I'll just print out and see if we get to this one. I think you can do it as well, but I feel like this would be just a bit faster. And I need to actually do this because it didn't recompile the file. Okay. So it did not actually call it to its place. Learn how to use the rock. Yes, for sure. So I messed up the or somewhere. Let's go here. I'm assuming it's here, right? So it's or. So I forgot to do that somewhere. So is it in the, well, what's the expression? Let's go to that and, well, create operator token. Or just create operator rather. Did I add it here? I might have forgotten. Print type or. No, so we are there. And the OP type is that. And we get the precedence and it is there. Yeah, it is on GitHub here. I can provide the link right here. Bam. Yes, it is on GitHub. Okay, this could be and also I forgot both of those, but I feel like that would not fix it still. So either one of those can do. So there seems to be a greater issue. So maybe I should use GDB perhaps? Yes, GitHub. Yes. That's how you pronounce it, right? With the and, we use that anywhere else. No. Inst and. We don't have instant and all, but we'll type and. Right, well, okay. I need to actually change something else though. Right, so there was an issue. This needs to be ampersand. Okay. So we have that. Type and. So where are those? So I need, yeah, I need type or, that is one important. And what else? So we have, oh, I see. I would type and there. Or. Okay. That's what the issue was. I have to change the line of code. Git is an insult. Is it? I did not know that. Or, and now I did bring it up. And it is correct. Okay, so that works. That works. That is really I got rid of that though, so I think I need to do like this. That's okay now, and there we go. PT. Alright, yeah, so I can show sort of what the language looks like. I don't know if you're still here, but I'll show you anyway. So basically, we have a few, right, so it's getting, looks like a sad face, I can see that. So it's getting kind of large now, so there's quite a few different areas, but I'll show sort of the basic stuff. So we have two built-in functions to sort of interact with the operating system. So we have exit, right, and obviously that would just call an exit syscall. So if I run that, it will exit with the value. We have different types of expressions. You can do basic binary expressions like that. Whoops, I forgot to run it. That's not good. Oh, whoops. Mess it up. Okay, is that right? Yeah, that is right. Okay, 17. Let's see. So what else? Then we also have a write syscall, which is built in. So hello world. So you can just do basic write stuff. There we go. And there's a right. That's my fault. All right. What else? So we have functions as well. So foo void, and so this is how you declare a function. So anything before the end is part of the function. This is function name, of course, and these are the values they have within it. So this would be a variable called x with the type of integer, and this is the return type. So in this case, it's void. And yeah, you can put whatever you want in here. Do you code with HTML? Not very often. I'm not a big fan of web development. Let's see. So yeah, in here you can put something so hello, and then yeah, if you want to call it, you could do this and 12, and then yeah, we'll just put exit with 12, exit with x in here. So we'll exit with 12 and write hello. There we go. So hello, and the exit value was 12. And if we don't call it, then it will not do that. Right? It will just do nothing basically. No, exit with 0. Okay. So that's that. Variables, they look like how they are defined here. So you can do y 7, there's scope, all that stuff. JavaScript haters, yes, for sure. And then something interesting that I've been working on recently is a way to call C code from this language, right? So this is Raylib, which is a C library. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I would assume so, but perhaps not. You never know. It's quite popular. So that is the library. So I'm basically linking with it, and then you can call the code from here and use it. So written entirely in language, I can run this, and it will basically, it's a game, right? So it renders all this stuff onto the screen, detects user input, and all that stuff. First time catching you live, so we're watching the series on YouTube. Great learning resource. Hey, well, welcome. Glad to have you here. Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the most interesting thing I'm working on right now is linking with, right, DLLs basically. HTML, but not JavaScript. That's fair. HTML, yeah, it's kind of weighed down by JavaScript for sure. Facts. Yes, that's pretty much it. There's also constants, different variable types as well. Yeah, and that is basically how it all works. And the structures, I forgot to show that as well. But yeah, we do have that. So I will commit this back. Because I did finish what I was doing. What the heck? Discussions. So that is close number 11. And or operators. Push that. Can I run it in Ubuntu terminal? Yeah, you should be able to. So you should be able to install. Right, there's not very many dependencies. Let's see. I think you just need C install. Right, so a C compiler and also make. I don't really list them here. Yeah, then you should be able to do all this stuff. So you can do make dir builds, that will create the directory. Then you run make, and then you can go into the build directory and you can run the file. Yeah. So there is in this test, there's some examples in here. I need to sort of expand on them because I wrote them a while ago. Kano 2, yeah. So Kano is also my text editor. Typing in and out. Yeah, there is pretty basic, but there is some typing. So if I go here, we could do right. So if we declare a float and we set it to 2.0, and then we have an integer and we send it to 2, then it's gonna complain if we try to do complain characters. Yeah. So no byte, that's something different. Especially when types are both float and int, it complains about that. So for pretty much anything, it's gonna complain about different types. But yeah, so there is yeah, Kano, that's what I'm showing. So Kano is a text editor that I made as well. And I'm sort of building Kano script for Kano so that I can integrate it into it in a similar way that say Vim has Vim script, if you're familiar with that. Or like Lua with NeoVim, things like that. So I can use it to configure my text editor. So that's actually what I'm using here, and I use it for pretty much all my code editing. But yeah, that also, if you're interested in this there. Okay. Yeah, so type checking is not super advanced, right? So some things won't necessarily check properly, but also you can't do like that. That would fail. Yeah, you can see it failed there. So there is some basic stuff. Canoon, yes. I'll get that. Yeah, there's 2 of them. But yeah, I think yeah, this is the right here, Canoon. That's basically just an install. Installer for Kano. Yeah. Yeah. A whole ecosystem, right? Okay. So that should be closed now. Right. So now we have this stuff. I guess I could update this one to sort of have the latest. And the code is shell, easy to learn. Okay. So much to learn. What resources did you use to learn this stuff? Well, let's see. Basically, mostly just from messing around, right? Just actually trying to make stuff, and then just sort of trial and error, right? But some things like parsing. Right. So you want to parse, and then you have things like that. That was really the only thing that I didn't figure out on my own, and I kind of just took it. So there's like precedence. Yeah, right here. So this basically I read through the Wikipedia page and I watched some videos. I just searched up operator parsing, things like that. Yeah. So basically, if I don't know something, I just sort of look it up and I read the Wikipedia page or the Geeks for Geeks or whatever, and then I just read about it. Otherwise, I just sort of implement stuff, see what works, what doesn't work, and then just sort of reiterate on it until it actually works. So a lot of stuff I do is not optimal, but Thank you. Yeah, for sure. I can also leave a link to this. I don't know if you're necessarily interested, but I did use that page. It's a nice page. Let's see. Shell. I'm not good at Shell. I never took the time to learn it, so it kind of confuses me. Some of the things look weird. Yeah, but it can be useful for some things. No doubt. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much all of it. So let's see. Yeah, so the actual titanium virtual machine, it's kind of far behind, but it doesn't have a lot of the different things in here, so that would take a minute. You got project idea and brute force it into your goal. Yeah, for sure. That is what I do. Yeah, so I don't know that I want to do that. I might just mess around. Yeah, I actually got 2 issues closed today, so whoops. That is cool. Let's see. So what else? So type checking, yeah, so that is a new thing. This is something that I don't want to work on right now. Yeah. automatic testing, so that is going to be a script. Yeah, so I don't want to work on those, so I'm just going to mess around with Rayleigh for the remainder of the stream. Let's see. So I think I will use, I'll create a vector2. Vector2, right? So, basically the same as Rayleigh, so let me make it exactly the same, I suppose. So vector2, where is that? Yeah, so that is floats. So if we have that, and then we create a vector2 for this, I don't know if that's going to work necessarily. I3, no thank you, I'm good. My velocity, this will just be, player velocity, vector2 equals 0, 0. So we'll have that. Okay, so you have x and y velocity. Be 0.0 and 0.0. I feel like I want it to be integers though, because yeah, some of y'all make it different. I'll just make it. U8, is that? Perhaps. Maybe just use U64 for now. That's not how you do that, by the way. U64. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so I just do that, and then you have y velocity, so this would just be a velocity dot y equals. So hopefully this works. I haven't messed around with stress a lot, but that should work, I think. Yeah, extend that y. A velocity dot y. And let me make sure that all works, right? Oh yeah, because I got to change this back. Variable y velocity is still here. Okay. Velocity dot y. And then there we go. Okay, so that does work. Very cool. What keyboard do you use? Here, I think I get it. Use this one. It's not available on, right, so it's just an Amazon link, but that's the same one. It's not available right now. I don't know if it's actually available anywhere. That is the one that I use. If I had to make a parser, I'd have statuses like function started. Okay. Yeah, well usually you have like a stack, right? And you push onto it. Well, you have it popping off when you exit. Things like that, right? So now we can use dot x as well. Right, this could be a function as well to sort of apply it. But anyway. So we want to change this. What do we say? Speed. Yeah, so this needs to equal negative speed. Right? Something like that. And then we apply it, and that's gonna, yeah, okay. Minus. Alright, yeah, we can't actually do negative speed like that. It needs to be. Yeah, we don't actually have negative numbers. That might be kind of interesting. Minus speed, minus speed. I can do that, I guess. Or we can do 0 minus speed, I guess. That would make sense. Okay, there we go. And we can move back and forth like that. And I think there's nowhere else that we're doing. Right, so that's just boundary checking. So we set it. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, but it keeps moving. We don't actually stop it. Alright, that is kind of important. So if we move up, then we need to set it to 0. We can set it to 0 by default, right? Velocity.x equals 0. Yes, that's the default thing. Alright, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, so I'll probably make a small thing in it, just like jumping around, and then add it to the examples, because it's, you know, a cool way to show, to interact with it. You do require the Raylib object file, That is important to have, but yes. I'll also let you go out of bounds a little bit, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna put that in the top of the screen. So what do we draw text? So X and Y, I think. Yeah, so I'll put it a little bit down. 25 maybe. Switching to FreeBSD tomorrow. I am shocked. Okay, okay. We could add colors as well, but you know. That was kind of silly. Alright. Oh, what else? What else? What else? Make obstacles as well. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool, you know? Yeah, I'm calling this from my language. That's pretty cool. I like that, you know? It'd be cool to do it without calling C code, but that would take a lot of work. Yeah, I guess I could move this to the example now, and then just sort of iterate on it, you know? Move it to, well, it's really text, but it's examples. And this is just, rate back here. So, it's not quite gonna work because it requires that, but that's fine. Main regular.know, yeah. So it's gonna say that, so I need to type this, so copy paste it here, and then I can run it. Oops. That did not work. What the heck? There we go, now it worked. Yeah. What OS are you using? I'm assuming Arch. Yes. Yes, it is Arch. I use Arch, by the way. Arch Linux? Do I even have that? Yes. Arch indeed. There's also, I think, if it's working, it's kind of cool. Yeah, there we go. You can also do, command. Yeah, so that is the full specs. Arch Linux, by the way, as well. Yes. Yeah, okay, okay. So that's the only issue. There's not really a way to statically link it. It has to be dynamic, which isn't necessarily ideal, but you know, it's not really going to be used for much game development. Yeah, get rid of all those. I don't want those. Okay. Yes, that's just a cool example. So let's do add rated example. Okay. And you know, it'll be iterated on. Okay. So yeah, I guess this is very important. I'm not gonna worry about that yet. That's kind of low priority. This is kind of important. Like it's unexpected behavior. How do I set up that GitHub thing from terminal to post uploads? Oh, you mean like this that is here, git commit? Is that what you were talking about? And then push it here. Yeah. Okay. Well, so basically you have to install Git, and then you have to set up. Let's see, from GitHub. If you create a repository, then you can connect it to your your Git repository on your local machine, where you basically set that as the operating system. So GitHub has some things for this, right? I don't remember where it's at exactly, but there's a lot of. Sorry, I am lagging a lot right now. I don't know why. Something is using everything. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Let's see. So get started. So Git. So you have to install Git. And then yeah, you go to your repository and you run git init, and that will initialize the repository. Yeah, and you do have to connect using SSH. But there's like so GitHub should have pretty much all the stuff that you need on it in here. Yeah. What is this? What? Why did this open? Did I open this? Okay, interesting. Yeah. What else? What else? I do need to write out documentation for it so people can actually figure out how to use the language. That would be quite important. I'm not gonna do that yet. But soon, we're getting to the point where it's pretty much like mostly feature complete. There's a few other things I like to add for quality of life or whatever, but most of the main features that I really want are implemented. Yeah, so it's pretty much just testing it, making sure things work properly, a couple bug fixes, things like that. And then building a standard library, right? So that's pretty much it. So soon I'm gonna start that, like making a game, right? So I'm gonna make a small game using just the language and Raven, and then I'll start working on getting it integrated to Kano for actual like its purpose, right? That is why I was making it, to implement into Kano. But yeah, so I think that's actually about it for the day. Let me just make sure right up here. Yeah, so I got two issues done today. Open another one as well. That's cool. Cool to do. No, two games. Yeah, well, this will just be a small game. It's just like a small platformer, just to test the language basically. So it's not gonna be anything special. It's basically just have a camera, side scroller kind of thing like Mario. Chrome OS. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. I would prefer. Well, I think it'd be better to have a like an trying to think, right? So it's just basically a regular Linux operating system. But if that's all you have, like you could use that. But yeah, anything else like Ubuntu or FreeBSD, that's probably FreeBSD and Arch. Maybe that's not super great. You want to sort of get familiar with it first. So Ubuntu, Debian, something like that, I think would be better. Open source is better, yeah. Well, Chromium OS, that is open source. It's still not much better, but it's better than regular Chrome OS. Is there a Vector 2 that has int? But yeah, so I do about have to go. Yeah, here's the camera. So I haven't used Rayleigh too much, so it's going to be kind of a learning experience of that, as well as testing the language. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, so that's going to be about it for today. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.